Yeah, they weren't matching. Try again? Okay, here we go. This is a microphone test for 22S Sports. Again, this is a microphone test. Sergio Morales and Fox Figueroa will be going live at 12 p.m. Pacific time to bring you all the action of today's women's basketball teams, Long Beach State and Toledo. Today's game will start again at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Please be sure to join us. Okay, how's that? It's live. Mute, unmute the mic. And then to come back down, mute, BRB.
Man.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this broadcast from 22 West Sports. We will be going live in about half an hour. I'm Sergio Morales. I am joined by Fox Figueroa.
How's it going, everybody? Glad to be here. Ready to watch some good basketball today.
Today's game will be between the Long Beach State and Toledo women's basketball teams. The game tip-off is scheduled for 12 p.m. Pacific time, so in about 27 minutes from now. So be sure to join us. We're looking forward to having you in on all the action.
We might have a starting lineup for this one.
We do. A storm is brewing across beautiful Southern California, but this one is different from the rainstorm expected to hit the area over the next few days. This storm comes in the form of women's basketball, that being between the Toledo Rockets and Long Beach State teams. Welcome along then, ladies and gentlemen, to the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid on the campus of California State University of Long Beach. We're set for some Monday afternoon action here at the Mid, and we're honored to bring you all the action here on 22 West Radio, streaming at 88.1 FM HD3 KKJC Long Beach, and on 22 West Sports on YouTube. Hello, dear audience. I'm Sergio Morales, joined today by Fox Figueroa. Fox, great to have you with us, man. We're looking at a visiting team coming hot off a win against Wayne Street, whilst Long Beach State is still looking for their first win of the season. What are your thoughts? Because it clearly feels like there's two different types of feels coming into today's game.
Well, Sergio, tonight we are back at the Pyramid hoping for a different outcome and to finally notch the first win of the year. What a better way to do it than trying to do it here on your home floor. Many will say this Beach team have played a lot better than their record shows. However, there have been struggles on both sides of the ball. If you watch old film, this Long Beach team likes to shoot a lot of threes, but at home we're only making just under 30%. On defense, you'll see a lot of double teaming in the post, which will leave some open looks for three from the other side. Tonight, the Beach have a tough task with this Toledo team, who have won 24 games in each of their last two seasons. Long Beach play very good transition defense and definitely give the other team hard looks and not many open looks from the outside. And they have great hustle and they have great transition. The key tonight will be hitting their open looks when they spread the floor.
Sounds about right. This is a team that is going up against Toledo Rockets, like I said. But for Toledo, this is their final game before MAC conference play begins. As for Long Beach State, they are looking further ahead towards conference play, so big implications on the line. Our starting lineups have dropped. Let's go over them. For Toledo, at guard, number 2, Faith Fed Robinson. Number 4, Kendall Caruthers. Number 8, Patricia Numba. And at forward, Evelise Cole, number 10, and Miriam Delia, number 21. For Long Beach State, at guard, number 13, Kylie Pepe. Number 30, Jacoya Jones-Brown. Number 32, Brianna Pukas. And at forward, number 5, Kenan Khan. And number 42, Judith Oliva Fernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard the whistle. You know what that means. It's go time from the Beach. Tip-off expected momentarily. There it is. And it's going to go to Long Beach State. Number 13 gets it, Kylie Pepe, who passes immediately to Jacoya Jones-Brown. And here she passes it to Brianna Pukas, who's looking around, trying to find a way. The ball goes to Kylie Pepe, who's now being defended by some of these Toledo players over here. Kenan Khan for the 3, and it's no good. A good first try, but just outside the bucket. Now the ball to Toledo. Number 4, Kendall Caruthers carries that ball. Kendall looking for her teammate. That's going to be Evelise Cole, who passes it around. Now the ball with Faith Fed Robinson, who's looking, trying to find any way. She passes it to Evelise Cole. And Cole misses the ball. Evelise Cole tried to throw it to Faith Fed Robinson, who missed it.
Fed Robinson had a great cut to the paint there. Really left wide open by this Beach back half. And she was able to find a look, but unfortunately just off the hands would give him a good look. Beach hoping to score here, get up early.
Kenan Khan and Jacoya Jones-Brown, who passed the ball to one another. The former of the two actually took possession of the ball immediately after that out ball. Judah Leo Fernandez looking around, moving quickly, and she's going to cause a foul, personal foul. And number 21 is also involved, Miriam Delia for Toledo.
Looks like it was a travel on that last play. It was hard to just get around, get to the paint. This Toledo team stacked very well in the paint. Hard to get anything moving. Not much of an outlet there.
Evelise Cole took possession of the ball, who immediately passes it to Patricia Anumba for Toledo. Patricia Anumba for 3. Nope, no good. It goes off of the glass. Judah Leo Fernandez takes control of the ball, passes it to Jacoya Jones-Brown. She's looking for any opportunity to Kenan Khan. She passes it. Cobb back to Kylie Pepe. Pepe for 3, no good. Didn't even hit the glass at all as the ball goes back to Toledo. Kendall Caruthers is now looking, and she's going to pass the ball but misses it. That was originally for Evelise Cole. Instead, Patricia Numa takes possession of the ball. Back to Caruthers. Back to Fed Robinson. Blocked by Kylie Pepe. Kendall Caruthers looking for any opportunity. This entire Toledo team is scrambling as Evelise Cole for 3. No good either. The ball now goes back to Long Beach State. Jacoya Jones-Brown takes possession. Now we're looking at Brianna Pukas over here as she passes the ball back to Jacoya Jones-Brown for 2. The first points of the board First points of the day go to Long Beach State. Jacoya Jones-Brown 4-2. Ball back to Toledo as it passes it to Patricia Anumba. Anumba looking for her teammates, but she is blocked by Kenan Kaw, by Jacoya Jones-Brown. Passes it to Evelise Cole, and there is a foul on the play. But first points of the day, 2-0. Long Beach State takes the lead, thanks to two from Jacoya Jones-Brown.
Jacoya Jones-Brown, absolutely clean stroke right there. One of the forefronts on this Long Beach team, leading in points per game. And you can tell that when she gets hot, it's going to be trouble for this Toledo team.
The first substitution of the day, Brianna Pukas goes out. In comes Christy Reynoso, number 10, the sophomore guard. Toledo currently with the ball as the ball goes to Kendall Caruthers. Caruthers looking for any possibility. And immediately she tries to pass it to Patricia Numba, and a failed pass intended for Evelise Cole. Long Beach State will take control of the ball again. Kenan Kaw and Jacoya Jones-Brown will pass the ball to one another. Jones-Brown now dribbling as if it was just a typical Sunday morning gig out here. Jones-Brown now looking for her teammates as Kylie Pepe gets the ball. Pepe to Reynoso. Reynoso to Kenan Kaw. To Judah D'Oliva Fernandez now as she's scrambling around. Another 2 points, no good for the Beach. Score still 2-0 as Toledo gets the ball back. Now number 4 for Toledo, Kendall Caruthers looking around, passes it to Fed Robinson. Fed Robinson looking around, blocked by Long Beach State. She has to surrender the ball to Kendall Caruthers. And there's the first points of the evening for Toledo. That was number 11, Destiny Robinson. Or excuse me, that was not Destiny Robinson. My mistake, folks. That was Miriam Delia. Kenan Kaw now, as you can hear the coach blocking. Kenan Kaw passes the ball to Judith Oliva Fernandez. 4-3. It's good! The first three-pointer of the day goes to Judith Oliva Fernandez. Cleanly into the bucket. Toledo now takes the ball. Looking at Kendall Caruthers, who's going to try and miss for 2 points. And a foul. Long Beach State will take control of the ball. The foul on Kendall Caruthers against Judith Oliva Fernandez.
That was a great shot there by Oliva Fernandez. You know, Long Beach State does get those open looks from three from time to time. It's all about hitting them. Like I said, everyone on this team can shoot the three and can hit it very well. As long as they optimize on their open looks, this should be a very back-and-forth game.
Indeed, it should be. Now we are looking at a new player coming into the game. That is Rosie Okot for Long Beach State. Kenan Kaw now with possession of the ball. She's looking, scrambling. Judith Oliva Fernandez back to Kenan Kaw, and a foul. Now the ball is going to go back to Toledo. Personal foul is going to go against number 42, Judith Oliva Fernandez. Not what you want to see with a three-point lead. Number 8, Patricia Mnumba for Toledo has the ball now. She's looking for any opportunity. She's going to have to pass it over. And number 10 is going to score points for Toledo. That was Evelise Cole off of an assist thanks to Patricia Mnumba. Now the score, 5-4. Jacoya Jones-Brown now has possession of the ball. She passes it to Rosie Okot, who passes it back to Judith Oliva Fernandez. Scrambling as Kenan Kaw misses the ball. The pass intended for Kenan Kaw is a miss.
You know, this Long Beach team, they've been letting up a little bit too much cuts to the paint lately. A lot of open looks for this Toledo team. That's something you don't want to have. They have been very good about points in the paint and getting a lot of rebounds in the pass. Just got to let that up and got to minimize those mistakes.
Brianna Pukas is back on the field, and out goes Christy Reynoso as we saw a missed point attempt. The ball back to Toledo. Anumba passes, and she's scrambling quickly, trying to move fast. Not quite enough. The ball back to Jacoya Jones-Brown, who slips and falls just as she tried to regain control of the ball. The ball out of bounds, then back to Toledo.
You know, tough break there. A lot of great hustle on that play. You saw a lot of Long Beach players get down the floor, and that's something that they're very good at. A lot of transition back and forth.
As number 12 for Toledo, Ella Weaver passes it. She's going to pass it to Faith Fed Robinson, who scores 2 points. New leader in this game. It's Toledo, 6-5 up against Long Beach State. Jacoya Jones-Brown now has control of the ball, who's looking for her teammate, Judith Oliva Fernandez. Instead, she passes it to Christy Reynoso, Brianna Pukas, who tries but fails to score the 2 points. And an interception. Now the ball back to Toledo. And that's not what you want to see. As number 12 for Toledo, Ella Weaver passes it to Patricia Anumba. Anumba's trying to scramble and find anyone she can. She is blocked by Rosie Okot. Ball now to Evan Courier, as she's going to miss those 2 points right there. Jacoya Jones-Brown now back with possession of the ball. We're starting to see quite a bit of back and forth here. As Jones-Brown is looking, scrambling. She passes it to Kenan Kaw. Ka to Judith Olivia Fernandez, to Brianna Pukas. Pukas looking as she almost trips one of the Toledo players. It's Kennecoff for three, no good.
Oh.
It hits the ball, and now we've got one player down. She's back up, and immediately Rosie Ocott scores 2 points for the Beach.
Rosie Ocott said, get up and give me that board. Great put-back layup right there.
And on standby is Kylie Pepe. We're expecting a substitution here any minute now, as Faith Fed Robinson for Toledo passes the ball to Evan Carrier. Back to Fed Robinson, who's looking, blocked by Judith Olivia Fernandez, and she's going to try and miss. She misses the ball, and one player down. She's back up. There is no foul on the play. Play goes on. Number 42, Judith Olivia Fernandez for Long Beach. Passes to Kenan Ka. Ka to Brianna Pukas. Pukas to Rosie Ocott. Rosie Ocott looking, back to Kenan Ka. To Jacoya Jones-Brown, 4-2, and she's down, but she scores the 2 points. But she is out and one. So that's exactly what you want to pull off. So not only did she score those 2 points, she scored a foul to go with it.
Unbelievable contested shot there. Jacoya Jones-Brown. That was a great stroke, great shot, and she gets the one free throw coming after it. Long Beach State's doing a little bit better on these rebounds, a little bit better on this transition defense. They need to keep it up to be able to stay in this game, or to be able to just really take this game away. Toledo is making a lot of mistakes, forcing a lot of shots. Hopefully Long Beach can capitalize on those going forward.
The score currently 9-6. Long Beach State is ahead, and we will return after on the other side of this timeout. Stay with us, folks. You're listening to Long Beach State versus Toledo on 22 West Sports. Welcome back, dear audience. We are Sergio Morales and Fox Figueroa. I'm Sergio. He's Fox. You're listening to 22 West Sports as we bring you Long Beach State versus Toledo. The score, 9-6. Long Beach State is ahead, and that is thanks, immediately anyway, from 2 points and a foul from Jacoya Jones-Brown, a name we have heard constantly throughout this entire season, Fox.
Yeah, Jacoya Jones-Brown, I mean, easily one of the forefronts on this Long Beach team. The way she moves the ball around as well, and the contested shots and the open looks she gets, it almost seems like the confidence is falling off of her hand with that ball going through the net. And she is what a lot of people may seem to be as like one of the main leaders on this team outside of the captain, Haley Wright.
Indeed. So we're talking about number 30, Jacoya Jones-Brown, a native of Atlanta, Georgia. Her points per game are 16.5, the most of anyone across this entire Long Beach State team. As we mentioned, folks, right before we went on break, she scored 2 points and a foul. So that foul free shot is expected to come up any moment now as we start to see these players take back to the field. It'll be Jacoya Jones-Brown, Brianna Pukas, Rosie Ocott, Kenan Ka, and Kylie Pepe taken back to the field as we expect that free shot to come up any minute now. Players start to line up back onto the court. Jacoya Jones-Brown, when it comes to free shots, man, I think it's easy to say. She's got most of them under control.
83% from the free.
Make that another one. That free shot is good. The new score, 10-6. Long Beach State is ahead. The ball will go back to Toledo by number 5, Alexa Hosevar, who will pass it immediately to Candace Dijkstra. Candace looking for her teammates as she will not find them. And immediately almost an interception by Kylie Pepe for Long Beach State. What a save from Toledo. Faith Fed Robinson now has the ball. Passes it back to Candace. Candace back to Fed Robinson. This Long Beach State defense is really starting to amp up their game. And we see Kendall Caruthers pass it back to Fed Robinson. Fed Robinson 4-3, no good. It goes over the basket and out of bounds. And there's a shot clock violation. The ball immediately goes back to Long Beach State.
Great defense by Long Beach there. Great switches on the ball. Forced Toledo to put up a late three. And that's what you kind of see out of this Long Beach State team early in games. You got to hope they keep it up.
Jacoya Jones-Brown now with possession of the ball. She's looking for any teammate. She finds Rosie Akot. Akot goes in, and she misses the ball, and the ball is intercepted by Toledo. Kendall Caruthers immediately dashes away with it. She passes it to Alexa Hocevar, who does not score the three. Kenan Khan now scrambling, trying to keep the ball, and now she passes it immediately to Jacoya Jones-Brown. We saw her struggle a little bit. More on that in a little bit. Jacoya Jones-Brown passes it to Kylie Pepe. Pepe is just looking, scrambling, trying to find anyone. She goes for two. And it's good. 2 points for Long Beach State thanks to Kylie Pepe, 12-6. Long Beach ahead. Candace for Toledo now has possession of the ball. She passes it to Fed Robinson. Fed Robinson looking for Kendall Caruthers. Caruthers is looking for her teammates, but they're all hidden behind Long Beach State players. Nearly intercepted, and it is now. That was an interception by Kylie Pepe, and Brianna Pukas takes control of the ball. Who else to pass it to but Jacoya Jones-Brown, who passes it back to Kylie Pepe. Rosie Akot looking, scrambling, trying to get within the paint. No good. And the ball goes out of bounds. Needless to say, this entire segment was huge for the defense.
Absolutely. The defense has been playing great on transition and have been playing really good switches on the ball. Every time there is a pick, they find a new person that's open. And they just haven't been giving Toledo any looks so far. And they've been intercepting a lot of passes, which was very key to their game.
Rosie Akot goes out. In comes Judith Oliva Fernandez as Toledo has possession of the ball, and he almost went out of bounds. It did not. Now we're looking at Kendall Caruthers, who goes within the paint. No points for Kendall Caruthers. Kenan Kaw has the ball. Kenan Kaw for Long Beach State looks for any teammates, but she currently has control of the ball. Passes it to Kylie Pepe. Pepe for two. Jacoya Jones-Brown now has the ball. She's trying to get within the paint, and nearly a miss. The ball will now go to Toledo, but if you look closely, Fox, that almost looked like they were like she passed the ball to number 4, Kendall Caruthers for Toledo.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when you're on that out of bounds side, if it's falling out of bounds, you try and throw it off a player. That time not the case. Toledo gets the ball here.
Toledo gets the ball. Kendall Caruthers has the ball right now as we speak. She's blocked by Kenan Kaw. She passes it immediately to Alexa Hocevar, who scores 2 points within the paint. The new score, 12-8, thanks to Alexa Hocevar for Toledo. Jones-Brown now has control of the ball. And she's going to pass it to Judith Oliva Fernandez. Fernandez currently has control, holds the ball for a little bit, and it's blocked off. Number 5, Alexa Hocevar for Toledo, sends the ball outside, but that was in part because Oliva Fernandez had control of the ball a little too long.
Yeah, you know, that one was a little tough, and she tried looking for an outlet pass on the three-point line, and unfortunately, it was a good read by Toledo, but poked out of bounds, still Long Beach ball. Look for them to pick the intensity up with only a minute here to go at the end of the first quarter.
To be exact, 1 minute and 7 seconds are left as Jones-Brown looks for her teammates. She has the ball. She's going to toss it far to Judith Oliva Fernandez. And she's going to pass it on to Brina Pukas. Pukas looking, trying to find anyone. She's got the ball too long. Now Jones-Brown has the ball. As the shot clock runs down to 10 seconds, Jones-Brown 4-2. It's good.
Wow.
The new score, 14-8. 2 more points for Jones-Brown as Toledo scrambles to get any sort of points they can get. And they will get some points. That's number 21, Miriam Delia, who passes the ball. Or actually, excuse me, it was Kendall Caruthers who passed the ball to Miriam. Miriam scores 2 points. 14-10, that's Jones-Brown. Now trying to find Kenan Kaw. She finds Kenan Kaw. Kaw within the paint, or excuse me. Jones-Brown now trying to find 3. Judelia Fernandez, and there's a bit of a scramble, and Toledo will take the ball off a crucial mistake from Kylie Pepe. This will allow Toledo to gain control and 2 more points thanks to Miriam Delia. The new score, 14-12 with 12 seconds left on the clock. Now Long Beach State scrambles, and there is a foul. Now the ball will go to Toledo, and this is not what you want to see as Long Beach State.
You know, Long Beach State had a really good possession going there. They were going to try and capitalize on the fast break. Unfortunately, pass the ball back to Jones-Brown way too quickly, and they got a backcourt violation. Toledo has the ball. 10 seconds.
10 seconds left as Toledo tries to tie the game here at the end of the first quarter, and there's a foul.
Traveling.
Another foul. Now the ball is going to go back to Long Beach State. Personal foul. And, well, back with 3 seconds left on the clock. And a huge throw over to Kenan Kaw, who will just dribble the ball and end the first quarter. Well, let's breathe, everybody. 14-12 in this action-packed first quarter. We saw mistakes, we saw layups, we saw everything here, and we saw a lot of action, didn't we, Fox?
Yeah, we saw a lot of action from both sides, a lot of turnovers on both sides late there at the end of the first quarter. A couple traveling to end the quarter for Toledo and a backcourt violation, something that you don't like to see often for Division I basketball. But so far, both teams playing very high intensity. Long Beach State's been getting a lot of great looks from three, a lot of open looks, and man, Jones-Brown has the hot hand right now. She is hitting the shots as she needs to, contested or uncontested. This whole Long Beach State team has been playing pretty well so far, and they need to keep it up going into the second quarter.
The second quarter will be coming up here at the other side of this break. You're listening to 22 West Sports. Stay with us, folks, will ya? We got some great basketball on the way for you. We'll be right back with more action from the Pyramid. Welcome back, dear audience, to 22 West Sports. I'm Sergio Morales, joined by Fox Figueroa. You are listening to women's basketball, Long Beach State versus Toledo. The second quarter coming up momentarily. The score, 14-12. And well, Fox, we couldn't talk about women's basketball here at this team without talking about Jacoya Jones-Brown, who has scored 7 points today, and all 3 of her field goals have been successful.
Yeah, she definitely has a hot hand going right now. 2 contested shots and 1 open look, and it's been nothing but net all 3 times. And that's one thing that this Long Beach team, or this Long Beach State team, needs to keep going.
The second quarter now underway. We're looking at Candace Dijkstra for Toledo, who's immediately under pressure by Jones-Brown and Kylie Pepe. 4-3, Toledo will not score them. That was Alexa Hosevar who tried. Now back to Caruthers. Caruthers immediately scrambles within the paint, and there is no points on the field. She tried it. Kendall Caruthers did try to go within the paint, and if you saw that, she moved really quickly.
Yeah, you know what, and it was hard for that Long Beach State team to get into the paint and get it there. It looks like there's be a little bit of a push from Akot there to be able to just force that shot off. So we'll see what happens when she goes for 2 now.
She indeed will go for 2. Not what you want to see when your lead is only 2 points. And worse still, one of them is good. Kendall Caruthers scores 1 out of the 2 free points that she is, free shots that she's been given. And the shot is good. We are now tied, 14 apiece. Long Beach State will regain control of the ball. Kenan Kaw passes it to Morgan Mack. Mack back to Kaw. Kaw looking for any teammate she can find. She finds Jones-Brown. Jones-Brown moving. Now she's within the 2-point range, and she's going to try, but she's blocked, so she passes it to Pepe. Pepe looking within the paint for 2 points. She will score them in a dramatic fashion. 16-14 the score as Toledo takes control of the ball. Now number 22, Alicia Dijkstrik, who is, I believe that's a sibling to Candace. And there's a possession. There's a loss of possession on the field. The ball goes to Long Beach State. I was not prepared for that, honestly.
No, this Long Beach State team is very good on the ball. They like to intercept passes a lot and create a lot of forced looks, a lot of forced passes, a lot of forced turnovers for these other teams. And we just saw it right there. Being able to force the ball to the ground and back to their own side.
Kendall Caruthers was the one who turned over the ball. Long Beach State now has control of the ball as Kenan Cobb passes it to Morgan Mack. Morgan Mack immediately starts dashing around, but she is under pressure by Kendall Caruthers. Mack passes it to Oliva Fernandez. Oliva Fernandez looking for her teammates. She will find Kylie Pepe. Pepe goes for two, and it's blocked. And off the court it goes thanks to Evelise Cole for Toledo. Everybody breathe here for a minute. Jones Brown will now have control of the ball. She will pass it to Oliva Fernandez. Fernandez looking, but she is under pressure by Toledo. Jones Brown could save the day here, and nope, she will not. She tried with the paint, but she immediately regains control of the ball, and she doesn't score that one either. The score still 16-14. Toledo now has the ball thanks to Alicia. So Alicia passes it over to Patricia Anumba. We've heard her name quite a bit today as Anumba passes it back to Alicia. Alicia passes it back to Anumba. Anumba for three. It is no good as it hits the bucket, and oh, now it does. Well, but, you know, the play didn't count. It went into the bucket. Well, it hit the bucket, hits the glass, back into the bucket after the play was dead.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it goes on top of the backboard like that, it is considered out of bounds. But luckily for Long Beach State, they get the ball back, hopefully get a good possession going here, and hopefully get it up to Jacoya Jones-Brown, who got a really good offensive board that last possession.
A substitution for Long Beach State. Morgan Mack is out. Christy Reynoso, number 10, is in. Reynoso passes it to Kenan Call. Call looking for Jones-Brown. She finds Jones-Brown within the paint. No good. So the score will still remain 16-14. The ball just hit right outside the bucket. Toledo now with the ball thanks to Caruthers. Caruthers just kind of patiently taking her time here, but now she's under pressure by Kenan Call. She passes the ball to Miriam Delia. Delia passes it to Anumba. Back to Delia. Back to Anumba. We're starting to see a little back and forth here as Anumba passes the ball back to Delia. Delia now to Evelise Cole. Cole will actually lose possession of the ball. The ball now within Long Beach State's territory now. Kenan Call immediately throws it to Reynoso. Reynoso patiently takes her time as she looks for anyone to try to score some points here. I think she's trying to find Kenan Call, but instead she finds Kylie Pepe. Pepe to Rosie Akot. Akot blocked. The shot no good, and a turnover forced by Miriam Delia for Toledo. And immediately after that, there was 2 points on the board. That was Evelise Cole for Toledo, who will tie the game 16 apiece. Reynoso now has the ball. Reynoso to Ka. Kenan Call now trying to find Jones Brown. Or so we thought. Kenan Call still has the ball. She's trying to find someone, but she is blocked by Kendall Caruthers. Reynoso loses the ball. That was Faith Fed Robinson, who forces the turnover, scores no points. A good try as Kenan Call takes the ball again. Jones Brown has it. Now Jones Brown trying to go for two. Reynoso goes for three. It's no good. It hit the bucket. And the ball back with Fed Robinson. Fed Robinson to Caruthers. Caruthers to Evelise Cole. And there's going to be 2 points on the board for Toledo, who now take the lead, 18-16. Now Kenan Call scrambles to find Rosie Akot, and it's no good. Rosie Akot missed the ball, Fox.
Yeah, it was a tough one there, but back on that Toledo side of the ball, Diala, number 21, now 4 for 4 from the field. That might be somebody that the Beach need to look out for here, as she has made all of her attempts so far, especially from the paint and on the last Euro step into the...
Toledo now with the ball. It's Patricia Anumba. Anumba looking for any teammates as she is blocked by Brena Pukas. Anumba finds Lizzie Puat, or Puat, sorry. Back to Anumba from Fed Robinson. Anumba within the paint, no points on the board. And almost a layup, and indeed, Toledo keeps possession of the ball. Anumba passes it to Evelise Cole, who will not score any points either. And a foul on the play. Now there's going to be some free throws for Toledo. It's a personal foul.
Yeah, it's a tough one there. Long Beach has been doing a really good job battling for boards, especially Oliva Fernandez.
And there will be some points on the board. And my mistake, folks, that was not a free throw. That was a jumper. And it's good. Toledo takes the lead 20-16. Not what you want to see as this Long Beach State was a timeout on the court.
Yeah, Coach Amy Wright wanted to up the intensity and get a timeout going here to talk to the team, talk to the coaching staff, figure out what is going wrong and what they need to capitalize on right now. This Long Beach State team has been very aggressive when it comes to the boards inside the paint, especially from Oliva Fernandez, and we've even seen it from Jones Brown on the offensive side, getting her own boards as well. Right now they need to slow it down, make sure that they are guarding each man that goes in, especially on their switches that they were doing so well on in the first quarter. They just need to slow it down, get the team back in shape right now. Just take a breather and try and minimize this deficit before it gets out of hand.
We'll find out how this next part of the second quarter goes. 6 minutes and 3 seconds left on the clock here in the second half. Or sorry, not in the second quarter. Stay with us, folks. You're listening to 22 West Sports here on YouTube. Welcome back, dear audience. You're listening to 22 West Sports. Long Beach State women's basketball, who are trailing by 4 points against the Toledo Rockets. 20-16 is the score with 6 minutes and 3 seconds left on the clock. Fox, we're starting to see quite a bit of mistakes being committed by this Long Beach State team, but also Toledo has not been a perfect team either.
No, definitely not. There have been a lot of turnovers on both sides of the ball, and you know what's tough is for this Long Beach State team that has been so far is the fouls inside the paint. They do a really good job at being aggressive and getting their own boards, such as Oliva Fernandez, that already has 3 on the night, and especially Ka as well. What they need to do is just try and minimize the looks and watch on the cutbacks that this Toledo State team does make towards the paint. If they can do that, they're going to limit their opportunities like they did in the first quarter and make them force shots. I really like when this Long Beach State team is making the other team force shots.
Toledo, as a reminder, will be playing their final game today before MAC conference play begins. This team all the way from Ohio, from the state of Ohio. Long Beach State has the ball. Kylie Pepe to Morgan Mack. Morgan Mack looking as she is blocked by Fed Robinson. Passes it to Brina Pukas. Pukas looking for Morgan Mack. She finds Morgan Mack. Mack trying to find within the ball. It's a turnover. Blocked by Fed Robinson, and Toledo takes control of the ball. Now Anumba for Toledo is trying to find her teammates. We have Kennecott on standby here looking for a substitution. Ella Weaver for Toledo passes it to Lizzie Puat. Puat trying to find anyone. She finds Anumba. Anumba passes the ball back to Ella Weaver. Weaver trying to find this. There's a lot of pressure from the Long Beach State team, and there's a block. Kylie Pepe blocks the ball. Now Judith Oliva Fernandez has it for Long Beach State. She passes it to Mack. Morgan Mack looking, trying to find her teammates. She finds Kylie Pepe. Pepe passes it to Brina Pukas. Pukas under pressure from Fed Robinson. And she passes it back to Oliva Fernandez. Within the paint, and it's a forced turnover. The ball goes out of bounds. It is blocked by Fed Robinson.
Looks like Long Beach State will hold possession here, and that was really good transition from them on D. And it was a great interception there by Kylie Pepe. I really like how they're moving the ball around the outside. Hopefully they can get an open look and get a shot in here 10 seconds to go.
10 seconds on the shot clock as Kaneko has the ball. She substituted in for Morgan Mack, and a turnover again. Toledo has the ball once more. It's Ella, excuse me, that's number 4. It's Kendall Caruthers. And there's a personal foul on the play. And it looks like this is not what you want to see as Long Beach State, but it's exactly what it is. It was going to be a personal foul, but the score now 20-16 as we see a personal foul on Jacoya Jones-Brown.
Yeah.
So that's going to allow some free throws for Toledo.
No, that was a tough transition there. Long Beach State's usually very fast on the ball, but unfortunately it makes it very hard on turnovers. Jacoya Jones-Brown had to do everything she could to be able to stop that play from going in, hopefully fighting for what seemed to be a travel there, but unfortunately 2 shots for Toledo.
Alexa Hosovar already scoring one of those 2 free throws. The other is no good. It spins out of the bucket, and Long Beach State will immediately take control of the ball. Brina Pukas has it, looking for her teammates. She finds Judelia Fernandez, who passes it to Jacoya Jones-Brown. Jones-Brown looking around, trying to find anyone. Passes it to Cannon Kaw. Cannon Kaw trying to get within the paint. She will instead pass it to Kylie Pepe. Pepe passes it to Olivia Fernandez. Olivia Fernandez within the paint. No good. The score still 21-16 after those free throws from Toledo. Now Toledo has the ball. She's going to pass to Alexa Hosovar. Hosovar passes it to Kendall Caruthers. Caruthers now trying to find someone, trying to find anyone. She fights Fed Robinson. Fed Robinson passes it to Evelise Cole, who scores no points, actually. Jones-Brown now has the ball. Starting to see quite a bit of back and forth action here as Jones-Brown for 3. No good. It completely missed, and now we're starting to see a substitution. Kylie Pepe out. Rosie Akot is in.
You know, it was a tough transition there for Long Beach State. They really forced up a 3 because it feels like they're having trouble getting opportunities that they want inside the paint or moving the ball around. Hopefully that isn't the narrative going forward.
Kendall Caruthers has the ball for Toledo. She passes it to Evelise Cole. Cole passes it back to Patricia Anumba. Anumba for 2, it's good. Actually for 3, excuse me. But we're starting, Coach Amy Wright does not seem very pleased with this one. We were expecting a challenge there, but it is indeed 4-3 as a turnover is almost forced. 2 players down. Patricia Anunda, Jacoya Jones-Brown, 1 from each team. That was not the collision you want to see from either side.
Well, you know, both teams are playing very intense, or playing at a very high intensity. You know, they want the ball. This is a close game. You know, a couple points going back and forth, and this could swing back to Long Beach's way, and that's what Toledo doesn't want as well. So you're going to see a lot of hustle on and off the ball from both teams as they want Toledo either capitalize on their lead so far or Long Beach chip away as they are only down by 8 right now.
There's been a substitution, folks. Brina Pukas is out. In comes team captain Haley Wright. Haley Wright passes it to Jacoya Jones-Brown. Jones-Brown trying to go for 3, but she passes it back to Haley Wright, who's under pressure from Toledo. She shoves some of the players out, but still no points for Wright. And there's an almost, that looked really weird, but that was Rosie Akot who was trying to steal the ball away from Toledo player Alexa Hosovar. It was an unsuccessful attempt at that.
Yeah, it looks like the ball is going to go back to Toledo's way. I mean, like we just mentioned, that they're both teams are going to be fighting for the ball here. They both want the ball. They both don't want to turn it over more than they already have, and they want to give themselves as many opportunities as possible, especially for this Long Beach State team. Get the ball up to Jones-Brown, who's already shooting 50% on the day.
Candace Dijkstra for Toledo passes the ball to Kendall Caruthers. Caruthers for 3. It's no good. It hits the bucket as Rosie Akot takes control of the ball. Akot tries to find any teammate. She finds Jones-Brown. Jones-Brown passes it back to Rosie Akot. Akot tries to go within the paint. No good. It hits the corner of the bucket. And now Toledo back with possession. Caruthers passes it, or tries to anyway. She passes it to Alexa Hosovar. And what an interception that was. That was Rosie Akot. But it will not be, it will be for null as a personal foul hits Long Beach State right when they need it the least.
You know, that was a great interception there by Akot. Really got up and didn't want the Toledo to get another point in the paint. Unfortunately got called for a travel and trying to get back up and get the ball out to a Long Beach player.
So Kendall Caruthers will take the control for Toledo, who immediately throws it to number 32. That's Brina Pukas. Pukas now takes the ball for Long Beach State. She's trying to find anyone. but she's under pressure from Toledo, but she's going to go within the paint and score 2 points. The new score, 24-18, as Toledo tries to stop some sort of a comeback from Long Beach State. Kendall Cruisers for 3, no good. Rosie Akot now has the ball. She passes to Jones Brown. Jones Brown patiently just trying to find anyone that she can pass the ball to try and start some kind of a comeback, but Jones Brown is going to take it herself instead. Passes it to Kenneth Kaw. Kaw to Rosie Akot. Akot within the paint. No good, as Haley Wright will try to keep the ball, and she will miss. Toledo back with possession thanks to Candace Dijkstra. Dijkstra is now trying to find anyone. She finds Alexia Hocevar. Hocevar now moving to Kendall Caruthers. And there's a travel. So Long Beach State will get the ball back. And with all that pressure that they've been feeding Toledo, this is exactly what they want to see.
Yeah, you know, the shift in momentum. Toledo has had the ball, they had the possession a lot, they got in the open looks, especially that 3 that they just had. You know, Long Beach State is doing very good on and off the ball, getting their boards. We saw it from Akot there and a little bit from Ka tonight with her 3 for herself.
Jones Brown has the ball under pressure by Alicia Dijkstra. And she will immediately draw a penalty, so Rosie Akot will now have the ball for Long Beach State. And because it's a personal foul, it looks like it's leading up towards a couple of free throws for Long Beach State.
I think we're going to get an inbound here.
An inbound, excuse me. My mistake. Jones Brown to Kenneth Kaw. Kaw to Rosie Akot, who will score 2 points within the paint. 24-20. Toledo now has the ball. Now she passes it to Lizzie Puat, who passes it back to Candace Dijkstra. Dijkstra looking. She finds Fed Robinson. Fed Robinson looking, but she's under pressure from Long Beach State. Within the paint, it's good. So now the score is 26-20 as Long Beach State takes the ball back. Brina Pukas. She finds Jones Brown. Jones Brown finds Kenneth Kaw. Kaw tries to go for it. She finds Rosie Akot within the paint. No good. Toledo back with the ball, and she nearly missed it. That was Fed Robinson. Fed Robinson almost missed the ball, but she barely regains control of it. Now the Toledo team finds Alexia Hocevar. Hocevar for 2, no good. The shot clock is off. 22 seconds left as Kenneth Kaw tries to find any points. She finds Pukas. Pukas trying to score some points. Back to Kenneth Kaw it goes, who's under pressure from Fed Robinson. Pukas for 3, no good. It hits the corner of the bucket. 7 seconds left on the overall clock as Toledo. Now they're trying to find any sort of last points they can get for 3. And it's no good. That was Alexia Hocevar, who was trying to score 3 points for Long Beach State right before the clock hit 0. That is the first half of what has been a very action-packed game here, hasn't it, Fox?
Yeah, definitely. And on both sides of the ball, we've seen a lot of good scores. Jones Brown tonight, 7 points, 3 for 6 from the field, and Fed Robinson from Toledo, 4 for 7 from the field with 8 points. Both teams need to work on containing both these players. It seems like they have the automatic hot hand going in right now. And one thing going into this half that Long Beach State has going positive that they need to look into is the spread of the rebounds around the floor. We already seen Akot with 3, Ka with 4, and Jones Brown with 2 of her own, 1 on the offensive as well. As long as they can keep battling for the ball and minimize the mistakes and just force Toledo to take those, forced shots and force those turnovers, Long Beach State could find themselves back in this game with a back-and-forth match going into the second half.
Something worth pointing out is that there's been a lot of There's been a lot of field goal attempts, but most of them haven't been successful. 2 players on each team have tried 7 times to score field goals. One of them was Rosie Akot for Long Beach State. The other, Faith Fed Robinson for Toledo. Battle of the number 2s. As Rosie Akot scored only 2 out of those 7 field goals, whereas Faith Fed Robinson scored 4 out of the 7. So we're starting to see some real struggles from these teams to get some points.
Yeah, and it has to do with both teams playing really good defense on both sides of the ball. Long Beach State, like we known in the past, moves around the court very well. Yeah, their transition going back and forth, they're very fast, very well conditioned. And the same thing with this Toledo team. They're just the switches on both sides of the ball for both of these teams have been really good, and they've been forcing each other to take a lot of forced threes, essentially, and not many teams are getting open looks right now. And, when you help out on the boards as well, it limits opportunities for the Beach or Toledo to be able to put up and get some points back. One thing, though, about this Long Beach State team is they need to watch out for the cuts to the paint. Usually we've seen in the past that they've been able to intercept some of those passes, but unfortunately tonight there's been a lot of points to the cut to the paint for Toledo, and that's something that they need to minimize going into the second half, and I'm sure head coach Amy Wright's talking to them about right now.
It's not just head coach Amy Wright. Let's also briefly mention Toledo's head coach, Jeannie Bogus, who is also, let's just talk about her briefly here. Over the course of her career at Toledo, she's won 82 games, losing 56. But with Toledo alone, 28 to 14. So I think it's also starting to come down to a battle between the head coaches. So I guess this is going to be a game of strategy, folks. What do you think, Fox?
I think definitely it will come down to being a game of strategy as both coaches want to figure out how can they get some more open looks, get some more shot opportunities that aren't contested for their respected teams. Especially for Long Beach State here, you'll see in the past that they shoot a lot of threes. And tonight that they haven't been able to notch any threes, what it seemed like in the second half or the second quarter. They were able to notch one in the second quarter. But that is one key thing for this Long Beach State team is each person can shoot, but it's really tough when there's a hand in your face, and that's one thing that Coach Amy Wright wants to definitely correct. Try and spread the ball around a lot more, try and get some more open looks, and not just for Jones Brown, but for other players too, like Morgan Mack and other subs that come in and on, and Kanaka or maybe Akot down in the paint. We saw Akot drive to the paint very well, and she was able to pick up 2 points of her own, and she already has 4 points on the day, and they want to kind of limit the contested looks. So more spreading the ball around, more plays running in and out of here. That's what we might see these coaches draw up.
Well, if this first half was anything to go by, we're expecting a very jam-packed second half. Halftime here at the Pyramid between Long Beach State and Toledo. The score 26-20. Toledo is ahead. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the start of the second half of action here at the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. You're listening to 22 West Sports. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back for the second half in just a few short minutes. Hello again, dear audience, and welcome back to 22 West Sports. You're listening to Long Beach State Women's Basketball, who today will take on the Toledo Rockets. This is 88.1 FM HD3 KKJZ Long Beach and 22 West Sports on YouTube. I'm Sergio Morales, joined once again by Fox Figueroa. Fox, we have witnessed a dramatic first half of this basketball game. Do we expect anything less from the second half?
No, I think not, Sergio. I think both teams are going to come out to kill, come out to play with that same intensity that they played with in the first half. Going into the second half, Long Beach needs to spread the ball around more and get some more open looks. So far in the first half, they are only 9 for 27 from the field, which is about 33%. This team also likes to shoot the three ball, but so far tonight, they're only 1 for 7, which is about 14.3% from three, and it kind of adds on to their early season struggles of just shooting under 30%. But some positives for the Beach is they've been able to get on the boards a lot more that we haven't seen in games past. We saw Kenna Kaw with 4 defensive rebounds, Oliva Fernandez with 3 of her own, and Kylie Pepe with 2 defensive rebounds, with Jacoya Jones-Brown getting 2 rebounds of her own, 1 on the offensive and a good fight for the ball, and 1 on the defensive side, and she has been all over the floor tonight. So we see her shooting 50% from the field. She is 3 for 6 with 3 for 6 going into the second half, and that's one key player that the Long Beach needs to stay hot. They need most of this team to stay hot, as Oliva Fernandez is shooting 1 for 4. She'll probably improve on that going in with her size, and just limit the turnovers. That's one thing this Long Beach State team needs to do, is limit the turnovers. Let Toledo make the mistakes. Let Toledo force those threes, and really just keep it going, keep that defensive intensity up, and keep up their hustle.
And that is exactly what Long Beach State will want to do under head coach Amy Wright, who was quoted to want to bring up a philosophy of fast, furious fun. The 3 F's here for Long Beach State as the second half gets underway. It's go time once again for the Beach, as Kenan Kaw will take control of the ball to start the third quarter. Immediately to Oliva Fernandez. We've talked about her plenty. To Jacoya Jones-Brown for 2. Immediately, how about that to make a statement to kick it all off? 26-22, Long Beach State scores 2 points thanks to Jones-Brown. We've also talked a lot about Patricia Anumba and Faith Fed Robinson, both for Toledo. These two have been passing the ball a lot to each other. Ditto Kendall Caruthers. Now Miriam Delia tries to score 2, no good, blocked by Kylie Pepe, as Kenan Kaw will take control of the ball again. Olivia Fernandez now has the ball, trying to score within the paint, 2 points, it is no good. Toledo takes the ball once more. Anumba now dribbles, trying to pass it, find anyone, but she's instead finding all the girls in white, the Long Beach State uniform girls. Mind you, I don't think I brought this up, but Long Beach State today wearing white and with black details, whereas Toledo is wearing blue with yellow details, a cobalt blue, if you will. The new score, 28-22. Now Kenan Kaw passes, finds no one. She finds Olivia Fernandez, who immediately passes it back to her because she is under pressure from a lot of these Toledo players, and a personal foul has been drawn. Long Beach State will have the ball, and it'll be for 2. How about that?
There we go. You know, it seems like Long Beach State wants to play a faster pace offense going in right here, and that's what they've done so far, and it's definitely had these Toledo team on their heels. Look for Long Beach State to keep it up and hopefully get some opportunities.
My mistake, it'll actually be a free throw. So the free throw taken by Kenan Kaw, who passes it to Oliva Fernandez. Fernandez within the paint, back out to Kenan Kaw, and now a travel has been called. Toledo will now get control of the ball, gifted to them by this Long Beach State team. Evelise Cole passes it to Patricia Anumba. These two aforementioned players now taking their time as Anumba tries to find her teammates. She's finding a lot of the Long Beach players, though. She passes it to Caruthers. Caruthers back to Anumba. Anumba tries to find her teammates, blocked by Jacoya Jones-Brown. Passes it to Cole. Evelise Cole passes to Fed Robinson. Robinson tries to find anyone. She's trying to get within the paint, blocked by Kylie Pepe. Under pressure, she tosses it back to Kendall Caruthers. Caruthers for 2 within the paint, no good. But a rebound. She will get control once again. Anumba now for Toledo, trying to find her teammates. She finds Cole. Cole to Caruthers. Caruthers tries, quickly blocked by Kenan Kaw. And once again, no points. And now Jacoya Jones-Brown takes control of the ball. Jones-Brown sprints across the field. Now trying to find her teammate. She finds Pepe. Pepe to Kenan Kaw. Kaw over to Judah Oliva Fernandez within the paint. No good, as it's blocked by Miriam Delia for Toledo. And a turnover has been forced. Now Patricia Anumba has it. Passes it to Robinson as Kylie Akot on standby for a substitution. Cole passes it to Delia. Delia 4-2, no good. It goes off to the right of the bucket. Now Brita Pukas passes it to Olivia Fernandez. Fernandez now trying to find Kylie Pepe. She finds Pepe. Pepe for 3, no good, off of the bucket. And Pepe is down. She's okay. But there has been a penalty for a push, so Toledo will now take control of the ball.
No, Long Beach State so far has done a really good job at getting back and forth with this Toledo team. It seems like they want to keep up the pace with Long Beach. One thing going forward that they need to definitely correct on is the turnovers. Long Beach State with 13 on the night and Toledo with 12. It's been back and forth. That means it just plays a part to both defenses playing very well.
Indeed. Judelia Fernandez is out. Substituting in for her is Rosie Akot. And another foul has been drawn, this one by Toledo. Or excuse me, it was actually the Beach that fouled. That's my mistake, folks, as we try to figure out all this barrage of fouls that we're starting to see. What I'm starting to see is a lot of aggression from both teams.
Yeah, definitely they don't want to give up the ball. They don't want the other team to have the ball, have the opportunity, so you're definitely going to see some aggression from both sides.
Lizzie Puat for Toledo with one free throw missed. She will have a second opportunity here. The score, 28-22. Toledo ahead. Puat goes for it. And that one will be good, 29-22. Now Long Beach State will have control of the ball. Rosie Akot will send it in. She'll pass it to Kenan Kaw. Kaw now trying to find anyone. She finds Pepe, who is now under pressure from Patricia Numba. Numba versus Jones Brown within the paint, no good. And a penalty has been drawn. A foul has been drawn to be more specific. And now we're starting to see a lot more intensity between these two. We saw just now, it was essentially a race between Jones Brown and Anumba.
Yeah, definitely, and it ended up leading a blocking foul on Toledo. So it looks like Long Beach is going to get 2 shots here. We'll take points as they get them, and it seems Long Beach State in the last 3 minutes hasn't scored, so hopefully let's break the streak right now.
Jones Brown will take the 2 free throws. And the first one will be no good as it hits the front corner of the bucket and into the glass. As a reminder, folks, the score is 29-22. Jones Brown with the second one. And that one is good, 29-23. A 6-point difference between these two teams as play resumes with Candace Dijkstra taking the ball. Dijkstra to Puat. Puat to Caruthers. Caruthers back to Dijkstra. Dijkstra passes it to Evelise Cole, who will try to score within the paint, and she will. The score now 31-23. Jokoya Jones-Brown now has the ball, trying to find her teammates. She's looking at Kenan Kaw. And indeed, she will pass it to Kenan Kaw. Kaw now tries to find her own teammate. She finds Rosie Akot, who's under pressure from the Toledo players. Now she passes it to Kylie Pepe, who will get the throw intercepted by Kendall Caruthers. Caruthers now has the ball as Olivia Fernandez on standby. And there's a trip. There's been a trip. That was Rosie Akot, who inadvertently tripped Kendall Caruthers. That is likely to draw a penalty, Fox. Not what you want to see. These are the kind of mistakes you don't want to see at all.
No, definitely not. You know, it's just tough to get back in transition. It looked like they just don't want Toledo to get any free points in the paint there. Don't mind the aggression, but unfortunately it leads to 2.
Kendall Caruthers will take those 2 free throws. The first one is good, 32-23. We also had a substitution here. Kylie Pepe went out. Julia Lima Fernandez went into the court. The second free throw by Kendall Caruthers will be good. 33-23. Now it's a 10-point game, folks, as Kenan Kaw has the ball. Jokoya Jones-Brown points to Kenan Kaw to pass it to Olivia Fernandez. Passes it to Akot. Passes it to Pukas. Now back to Kenan Kaw. There's a scramble going on here, folks, and Rosie Akot will try to score within the paint. No good. Toledo now has the ball. Now we're looking at Candace Dijkstra. Dijkstra tries to find her teammates. She will find Kendall Caruthers. Caruthers now passes it. Try to score within the paint. She will. The score now 35-23. This is concerning for this Long Beach State team, folks, as this Toledo team is really starting to get a real rhythm going here in the latter half of this game. Jones-Brown passes it to Olivia Fernandez. Olivia Fernandez passes it to Akot. Akot within the paint. She tries, she does not make it. Instead, it will be Brina Pukas who tries and misses as the ball hits the corner of the basket. Candace Dijkstra to number 13. Toledo scores another 3 points thanks to Lizzie Pua. Excuse me for that. Long Beach State team now, Kennecott has it, trying to find her teammates. She will find Judith Olivia Fernandez. Fernandez passes it to Pukas. Pukas running around across the paint, passes it to Kennecott. Kennecott almost tried for 3, but instead, Rosie Ocott forces it, and it'll be a turnover by virtue of the ball going just outside of the court.
You know, really tough looks going for this Long Beach State team right now. Toledo is on an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes, and really in the last 5 minutes has been on an 11-1 run, and they've made 3 of their last 3 shots. This Long Beach State team needs to figure out and get in rhythm here, as they are 0 for their last 5 from the field, and they haven't scored in the last 2 minutes. Something that needs to be corrected going forward. Unfortunately, it has been because of this tough Toledo team. This Toledo team has been very good on their transition with the ball. Long Beach State just seems like they haven't gotten an open look yet, and a lot of forced looks as forced shots from people like Rosie Ocott in the paint, and just haven't been able to get much going so far, as she's only 2 for 8 from the field. And yeah, no, that's one thing Long Beach State needs to keep going forward. They need to find an open look and end this scoring drought and end Toledo's run to be able to stay in this game.
We'll find out how the rest of this game plays out. There is 4 minutes and 53 seconds left on the clock for this third quarter. Toledo 37, Long Beach 23. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back for the conclusion of this third quarter. You're listening to 22 West Sports. Welcome back to your audience of 22 West Sports. You're listening to Long Beach State women's basketball, who currently trail by quite a few points against Toledo. The Rockets from Ohio, 37, Long Beach State, 23. As there are 4 minutes, 53 seconds left on this clock for the third quarter of this afternoon's game. And we're starting to see Toledo start to build a bit of a points gap. That is not what you want to see if you're this Long Beach State team, Fox.
Yeah, we just mentioned it before the break. 11-1 run for Toledo in their last 5 minutes of play. And that's something that we've seen, unfortunately, from this Long Beach State team throughout the beginning of their season. They played really well in the first quarter, even got out to a lead for a few minutes, and were able to hang in there with Toledo going into the end of the half, but it seems like it slipped away here a little bit. There have been a lot of cuts to the paint that they've been leaving people unmarked, and it's led to some Toledo points. Long Beach State here needs to keep spreading the ball around and find open looks, as right now they're only shooting 10 for 33 from the field. Hopefully they can break this drought and break back into this game.
This drought going on for 2 minutes for Long Beach State. They'll be looking to break it. As the media timeout breaks, we are back underway. We see Fed Robinson. We've talked about her a lot throughout this game. Faith Fed Robinson, number 2 for Toledo, who's trying to find her teammates. She is instead finding a lot of Long Beach State players, including Kennecott, who's pressuring Candace Dijkstra. The pressure won't be much as Faith Fed Robinson tries to score. She will miss, and for 3, Toledo will get them. It's a 3-pointer thanks to Evelise Cole for Toledo. The score, 40-23. Kennecott now has the ball. Call for Long Beach State, trying to find her teammates. And she will find Oliva Fernandez. Fernandez tries to score within the paint. It will go out of bounds, and a foul has been drawn. And yep, this is very concerning for this Long Beach State team. Not what you really want to see at all. The score now 40-23. And it's going to be some free throws, it seems.
Yeah, free throw is a great way to get back to this game. At least just get some points on the board and stop this Toledo run. You know, slow pace down a little bit.
Judelio Fernandez will go for the free throws. The first one, no good. It's 2 free throws awarded because of a personal foul on Miriam Delia from Toledo. Judelio Fernandez, as I said, did miss the first free throw. The second one, however, will be good. 25-40 is the new score, or 24, excuse me. Fed Robinson within the paint. She tries to score, and she will. That's 2 more points for Toledo as Brina Pukas has control of the ball. Pukas now looking around. She finds Ka. Kenna Ka tries to scramble within the paint. Passes it to Oliva Fernandez, who, after quite a few tries, will still miss within the paint. A lot of pressure coming from these Toledo players. That's what cost these points for this Long Beach State team. Now, Fed Robinson looking around. She's under pressure from Oliva Fernandez. Kenna Ka with the interception. That's what you want to see for Long Beach State. She immediately passes it to Pukas. Pukas to Pepe. Pepe trying to find her teammates, trying to score for 3. Now within the paint. Pepe will not score the points, however. And Toledo, to add insult to injury, will get control of the ball because of a turnover. Now, Candace Dijkstra for Toledo, trying to find her teammates. She passes it to Alev Weaver. Weaver passes it to Candace Dijkstra again. Now trying for 3 will Toledo. They will not get the 3-pointer. In fact, they will not even try it. Fed Robinson. Fed Robinson to Miriam Delia. And another interception to Kenan Ka. Kenan Ka has pulled this one off, it seems. Now we've got Pukas with control of the ball to Oliva Fernandez. Oliva Fernandez tries to score within the paint. No good. It will hit the bottom portion of the bucket instead of the net itself. Now Toledo's Fed Robinson will pass it over, and there will be 2 more points on the board for Toledo. Now the ball back with none other than Jones Brown. Jones Brown to Ka. Ka tries to find her teammate. She finds Jones Brown. Jones Brown within 2 points. It's good. New score 26-44. Jones Brown scores another 2 points for Long Beach State. And a foul has been drawn, ladies and gentlemen, and that one seems like it's going to go against the Beach. As Haley Wright, there's a substitution. Team captain Haley Wright steps in, subbing Judith Oliva Fernandez.
One thing this Long Beach State team needs to get going is they need to stop Faith Fed Robinson and Miriam Diala, as they are getting way too many open looks in the paint.
Faith Fed Robinson has the same field goal record this afternoon that Jacoya Jones-Brown does. 5 successful out of 8 attempts throughout the afternoon. Speaking of Jones-Brown, here she is with the ball. She's trying to find her teammate. She finds Kylie Pepe. Pepe within the paint. She'll actually pass it to Pukas. Pukas under pressure from Fed Robinson. We were just talking about her, Fox. Pukas passes it to Pepe. Pepe trying to get within the paint. It will instead be a turnover. And now Toledo has the ball once more. Now Ella Weaver for Toledo. She was the one who took control of the ball, but there will be no points on the board as we see another substitution for the Beach. Morgan Mack subbing in for Kylie Pepe. And there's a second substitution, actually, as Chrissy Reynoso will also step into the court, subbing out for Brina Pukas.
Yeah, it looks like you just want to get some fresh legs in there. They seem a little tired, a little run down. Been playing back and forth all day on offense and defense.
Indeed they have. It's Jones Brown. Passes to Ka. Ka under pressure from Ella Weaver. Weaver versus Ka over here is Ka. Passes to Jones Brown. Jones Brown still not able to find her teammates as Ka passes to Morgan Mack. Morgan Mack trying to get within the paint. It will be no good. It will hit the glass, and there's a foul. And it's called against team captain Haley Wright. It will go, it will be against Haley Wright. Or is it? No, excuse me, no.
Haley Wright was being held
by
number 32.
Evan Carrier. Yes,
Yep.
My mistake, folks. Thank you, Fox.
Long Beach ball.
Long Beach ball, so we thought anyway, as the ball immediately is taken by Faith Fed Robinson, but immediately throws it out of the court. So now it's actually Long Beach ball.
All right, let's get a good possession going here.
Jones Brown passes it to Captain Wright. Haley Wright finds Jones Brown, but she's under pressure. Haley Wright for two, no good. As Morgan Mack tried to keep control of the ball, it'll instead be taken over by Caruthers for Toledo. Now Fed Robinson to Caruthers. Caruthers under pressure from Haley Wright. She will immediately throw the ball over to Alexa Hosevar. And now there's a foul on the play, folks. Man, we're starting to see more of this defensive play. We're starting to see a bit of a scoring draw on both sides. However, there's still not as many points as one would have thought.
No, definitely. The ball's been turned over a lot. Actually, now that you mention it, there's been 4 turnovers for this Toledo team within the last 3 minutes. That is definitely a crazy stat, but unfortunately Long Beach State is right there with them with 16 each on the night. Something that these teams both need to correct, especially if Long Beach State wants to get back into this game.
The penalty was on Jacoya Jones-Brown, who pushed number 32 Evan Carrier for Toledo, who had 2 free throws. The first one unsuccessful. The second one is good. Now the ball back with Long Beach. Jones-Brown trying to find Haley Wright, who signals. Haley Wright tries to catch it. It is instead intercepted. And, well, we almost got hit over here at the media bar by Evan Carrier, but all is well, all is fine. But the ball will be with Long Beach State.
I think they heard us talk about the turnover, Sergio, and they didn't like that, so they want to send us a message to make sure we keep it down. We focus on some more positive play here.
Well, we'll find out about that one as Haley Wright goes out. Jones-Brown to Cannon Kaw. Kaw to Chrissy Reynoso, who I believe subbed in for Haley Wright. Reynoso trying to find any points. 4-3, Morgan Mack, no good. It'll hit the right corner of the bucket. And to make matters worse, Toledo will take control of the ball once more. It will be number 5, Alexa Hosevar, who passes it to Alicia Dijkstra. Yes, there are 2 players on this Toledo team whose last name is Dijkstra. Alicia, number 22, and Candace, number 24. Alicia now trying to find any sort of last points as there's 10 seconds left on the clock. This shot clock itself is off. Dijkstra finds Kendall. Oh, and there's a trip there as number 4 comes down for Toledo. And a major scramble there. That was Kendall Caruthers, who tried to score 2 points for Toledo and missed. The score at the end of the third quarter, 45-26. There's only 1 quarter left, so just 10 more minutes of game time left here, as we saw quite a bit of a scramble there at the very end over on that side of the court box.
Yeah, no, definitely. Both teams just want the ball back. That's the biggest thing here. Both not shooting the best from the field, as Toledo has 43% on the field today, and Long Beach State with a very underwhelming 26%. That's something that they need to fix going forward to be able to really minimize this deficit of 19, what it seems to be right now. They were playing very good in the first half, and that's more of the things that we want to see from them, as they were shooting 46% from the field in the first quarter, and unfortunately ended up leveling out in 21% in the second quarter. It has been a little bit on the downslope, and it definitely has to do with this Toledo team and forcing turnovers and really not giving Long Beach any looks from the paint. Long Beach has been having to force some threes from the outside and force some shots, just trying to make it out of the paint. But we'll see how they go moving forward.
And with moving forward, you mean just 1 quarter left, folks. 10 minutes of game time left here in the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. So, folks, we will be right back. On the other side of this break, we'll talk a few stats and bring you all the action of the fourth quarter between Long Beach State and the Toledo Rockets. You're listening to 22 West Sports. Welcome back to 22 West Sports. This is Long Beach State women's basketball up against the Toledo Rockets. The fourth quarter about to get underway here. Only 10 more minutes left of game time here at the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. The score 45-26. As Toledo looks to seal the deal, but Long Beach State looking to make some sort of a comeback here. We're ready for 10 more minutes of this action, haven't we, Fox?
Oh, definitely. Definitely some increased intensity, hopefully, for this Long Beach State team.
Toledo will take control of the ball to start the fourth quarter here. And immediately we're trying to see what looks like an attempt for three, but instead it's a fake. But now it's real from Anumba, and it will not be good. We've talked a lot about Patricia Anumba, player number 8 for this Toledo team. She's been in the court quite a bit and has quite a bit of action going for her, just like Jacoya Jones-Brown. And how about that? We've got some points for Long Beach State and one. Just exactly what you need as this Long Beach State team. Am I right, Fox?
Oh, definitely. Great drive there by Pepe, be able to get the layup good and one. Let's get another point going here. Hopefully turn the momentum around back to this Long Beach State side. Maybe try and get a late push in this fourth.
Kylie Pepe, the free throw is no good. It will hit the glass and off it goes to the left. Now a very ecstatic Alicia Dijkstra for Toledo will actually force the ball out and towards Long Beach State's territory. Kennecaw now has it. She immediately passes it to Christy Reynoso. Reynoso back to Ka. Ka trying to find her. Jacoya Jones-Brown. She will not find her. Instead, she finds Morgan Mack. Mack to Reynoso. Reynoso under pressure from Kendall Caruthers. Jacoya Jones-Brown now has the ball. She herself is under pressure by Alicia Dijkstra. Jacoya Jones-Brown 4-2. No good. Just a little too far off as Patricia Anumba takes control of the ball. Anumba to Caruthers. Caruthers and a collision. There's been a collision and a personal foul on Jacoya Jones-Brown. It was against Miriam Delia. She's okay. She will get up with some assistance. That did look like a harsh collision, Fox.
Definitely just didn't want her to get any points there. Went up with her at the same pace, and unfortunately that led to a head collision when you got force versus force going at that speed. Just Long Beach State just showing aggression. They don't want to come out of this game. They're not going to go down without a fight.
Miriam Delia with 2 free throws. The first one is good, and you saw it. Fox. Jones-Brown does not look very happy at all.
No, definitely not. I think most of the players here, especially the coaching staff, are a little frustrated with the play there and not being able to notch much field goals as they're only shooting 25 or 27% from the field.
Miriam Delia, that second free throw was good. Now Long Beach with the ball. Kennecaw to Kylie Pepe. Pepe to Jones-Brown. Back to Pepe, who's trying to score within the paint. Kennecaw 4-3. It's good. How about that? Kennecaw scores her first three-pointer of the night. The ball immediately goes back to Toledo. Anumba now finding Caruthers. Caruthers trying to find her teammate. She's under pressure. Anumba does not score. My mistake, folks. Toledo still with control and the turnover. Christy Reynoso now has the ball. She's sprinting across the side of the court, the left side. She finds Kylie Pepe. Finds Morgan Mack. Mack now trying to find someone. She finds Kylie Pepe again. Pepe tries to score within the paint, and the answer is no good. The ball goes outside. It's Toledo's ball, and a frustrated Kylie Pepe and Coach Amy Wright as well. They're both very frustrated by this call, Fox.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think there's been a lot of things that build up to this point for this Long Beach State team that's kind of led to a little bit of frustration from everybody. But, you know, they're still battling well. They're getting their looks. Kylie Pepe there with a great pump fake. And Ka with their first three-pointer on the night, 1 for 4 from the field.
Instead, the ball does stay with the Beach as Jones-Brown scores within the paint. New score, 47-33. Toledo now with the ball, thanks to Alicia Dijkstra. Dijkstra is under pressure from Kennecaw. She throws it to Anumba. Anumba to Caruthers. As we see Faith Fed Robinson on standby for Toledo for a substitution. And for 3, Anumba for Toledo is good. 50-33 is a new score. Patricia Anumba, we've talked about her a lot this afternoon. She scores a three-pointer as Reynoso passes it to Jones-Brown. Jones-Brown to Kennecaw. Back to Jones-Brown, and there's been a whistle blown. It's a foul. It's a foul on Toledo, Fox, so starting to see quite a bit of pressure as we see a substitution. Alicia Dijkstra is out, And in comes Faith Fed Robinson, somebody we've talked about a lot this afternoon as Jones Brown takes control of the ball.
Yep, definitely a little bit of rolling some eyes here for the Long Beach fans as Fed Robinson's been all over the floor tonight.
And a crucial error as Kaneka tried to send the ball to Kylie Pepe. Pepe was unable to catch it. The ball goes out of bounds.
Looks like Long Beach is going to hold possession here.
Indeed they will as Kaneka has the ball. She will pass it to Christy Reynoso. Reynoso now tries to find Kylie Pepe, but she's under pressure. So instead, Reynoso, now she finds Kylie Pepe. Pepe trying to score within the paint under pressure. And it's a turnover immediately to Faith Fed Robinson. Robinson to Kendall Caruthers as Rosie Akot is on standby. 2 points for Toledo thanks to Lizzie Puat. Now there's 2 players on Long Beach State side who are on standby. The first was Rosie Akot, the other, Brina Pukas. We'll see who they are sub out for as Morgan Mack has the ball. Mack trying to find Kenan Kaw. Both of them under pressure as Reynoso goes for 3, and it's no good. And that will be a substitution. 2 players are out, those being Kylie Pepe and Christy Reynoso. In come Rosie Okot and Brina Pukas onto the court. Patricia Numba for Toledo with the ball. She tries to find Cole. She does find Elisa Cole. Fed Robinson now with the ball, trying to score within the paint. She collides with Brina Pukas. No foul. Fed Robinson for 2. It's good. And that was on an assist from number 13 for Toledo, Lizzie Puat. Morgan Mack now with the ball. Trying to score. She finds Kenan Kaw, who's within the 3-pointer. Instead, she passes it to Akot. Akot back to Morgan Mack. Mack trying to find Kenan Kaw, but she is surrounded by these Toledo players. Morgan Mack trying to score within the paint. Jones Brown does it. An assist from Morgan Mack to Jacoya Jones Brown. 2 points within the paint. New score, 54-35. Caruthers to Anumba for Toledo. Anumba tries to find her teammates, but she finds Kenan Kaw instead. Now we're seeing Elisa Cole to Fed Robinson, who will not try to score for 3. She'll try to score within the paint. There's a lot of pressure from these Long Beach State players. And Rosie Akot with the successful turnover. Rosie Akot will take the ball over for Long Beach. Now Jones Brown finds herself under pressure from Patricia Anumba. Jones Brown to Kenan Kaw. Kenan Kaw trying to signal to any of her players to be at the standby. Kaw still under pressure. She passes to Jones Brown, who is under pressure from Anumba. Jones Brown with 2 seconds left on the shot clock for 2 points. It is no good, but there will be a foul on the play, and it looks like this one is going to go in favor of Long Beach State.
Yeah, Jones Brown here running all over the floor. This Toledo team hasn't given Long Beach State any looks on this last possession, so they were having trouble, and it ended up leading to them having to throw one up essentially with the last 3 seconds. But Jones Brown was fouled on the play. Looks like we might have a timeout here. Coaches to talk over everything and try and fix what has gone wrong. Long Beach State so far has won the turnover battle, 18-16, but are only shooting 30% from the field. But we have seen Jones Brown stay consistent and stay hot as she's shooting 7 for 11, matter of fact, from the field tonight with 16 points. But one thing you do want to see is the ball gets spread around a little more. A lot more people contributing outside of Jones Brown on the floor.
That was a media timeout, so indeed you are right, Fox. We will talk all about some of the stats here that we've got stat sheet for you. On the other side of this break, 4 minutes, 59 seconds left on the game clock. You're listening to 22 West Sports. Welcome back, dear audience. You're listening to 22 West Sports. It's some women's basketball action between the University of Toledo, who are up 54-35 against the Long Beach State women's basketball team. Let's talk a few statistics here. We got to talk about the two big players on each side. For Toledo, it's Faith Fed Robinson, who has tried 10 field goals and scored 6 of them, whereas Jacoya Jones-Brown has attempted 11 of them, and 7 of them were successful, Fox.
Yeah, definitely both forefronts for this offense here, as Fed Robinson's been all over the floor, like you mentioned, shooting 6 for 10. She has 12 points on the night, also 2 assists as well, and she's able to steal 2 balls as well. So offensively and defensively, Faith Fed Robinson has been really just tormenting this Long Beach team. But like you mentioned, Jacoya Jones-Brown notching 16 points on the night, also has a couple of rebounds herself, as we saw her notch some offensive rebounds, hustling for the ball, trying to keep possession for this Long Beach team. One thing this Long Beach team needs to get going a little bit better is their spread of the ball. Like we mentioned, Jacoya Jones-Brown has 16, but the nearest person is Kylie Pepe with just 6 on the night. Hopefully something that we can change going forward.
We'll find out how it all goes. Like I said, folks, 4 minutes, 59 seconds left on the game clock. Toledo 54, Long Beach State 35. Quarter resumes. When we took off, actually, there was a personal foul against Faith Fed Robinson, which leads to 2 free throws for Long Beach State. Jacoya Jones-Brown takes those free throws. The first one is successful. Now waiting on standby for the second one. Also a success. The new score, 54-36. With, again, just under 5 minutes left on the clock. Anumba now has the ball. Fed Robinson, both for Toledo. Back to Anumba it goes. Fed Robinson under pressure from Rosie Akot, who nearly forces a turnover. Now Kendall Caruthers has it. Passes it back to Fed Robinson. Passes it over to Lizzie Puat. And back to Caruthers. We're starting to see quite a bit of back and forth here, and the points will go to Toledo, thanks to Ella Weaver, who will score for 3. Excuse me, for 2. My mistake. Now Kenan Kaw has it. Or actually, yes, it was 3. That's on me, folks. Kenan Kaw has the ball as Haley Wright, team captain for Long Beach, is on standby. Kenan Kaw under pressure. She'll pass it to Rosie Akot. Akot now trying to score within the paint, but she is blocked by some of these Toledo players. Now Long Beach State will not score. That was Tira Samuel Afalabi, who tried to score but was no good. Caruthers now has control of the ball, finding herself under pressure from Brina Pukas. So she passes it over instead. And the points will go once again to Toledo, thanks to Lizzie Puat. The ball now with Tira Samuel Afalabi. Samuel Afalabi trying to find her teammate. She finds Rosie Akot. Akot now trying to find Pukas. Instead, she tries to score within the paint, and it's no good. It will also be a turnover, I believe, as Lizzie Puat forces the ball out of bounds.
I believe she was fouled on the play, and we'll see Akot possibly shoot for 2 here.
Indeed, you are correct. Lizzie Puat is fouled, and Rosie Akot will actually take these 2 free throws. You are correct, Fox. Thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely, and hopefully get some points going Long Beach's way here. Akot does shoot 50% from free throw.
There's been several substitutions here before these free throws were going. Haley Wright and Kylie Pepe are both onto the court, as is Christy Reynoso. Rosie Akot's first free throw is no good, off to the left. The second free throw from Rosie Akot. Second free throw is no good either. That one hits the bucket and bounces up, nearly hitting the glass. The ball back with Toledo as Kendall Caruthers takes possession. Under pressure from Jacoya Jones-Brown and Kylie Pepe. Caruthers trying to find anybody. She finds Weaver, but she is under pressure from Akot, so she throws it to Puat. Puat trying to find anyone. She finds Caruthers once more, who's under pressure from Christy Reynoso, and she will still score the points regardless within the paint. That's 2 more points for Toledo, who have now built a 61-37 lead.
Looks
and insult to injury, Fox. You were just about to say it.
Looks like it's going to be an and one going in here. Long Beach State, right at the beginning of the last media timeout wanted to establish a full court press as almost like a do or die narrative to try and get this ball away from this Toledo team. Unfortunately, it has led to a 7-0 run for this Toledo team in the last 2 minutes.
That foul went against Captain Haley Wright, but the free throw is no good. Long Beach now has the ball. Reynoso has it. Reynoso trying to find Jacoya Jones-Brown. She will not get there. She instead finds Rosie Akot. Akot trying to find some points. And now there is another penalty called. It's a push against player number 4 for Toledo, Kendall Caruthers, which is an incredibly rare mistake that we've seen from her this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Look, it's going to lead to some more points for the Beach, hopefully.
And who is going to take those free throws? Jacoya Jones-Brown. The first one is no good. It hits the front of the bucket. Jacoya Jones-Brown will get a second opportunity here. And she will score that one. New score, 61-38. Now Toledo has the ball, passes it to Hocevar. Hocevar trying to find anybody. She finds Candace Dijkstra, the sister of Alicia. Dijkstra trying to find, she does indeed find Ella Weaver, who will try for 3, no good, and Haley Wright has the ball. She passes it to Jones-Brown. Wright with possibly one of the bigger turnovers we've seen all afternoon long. As Rosie Akot tries to find Kylie Pepe or Jones-Brown. She's going to go for it instead within the paint. No good, as Kylie Pepe will get the rebound. Second opportunity for Long Beach, and it's forced into a turnover almost immediately with a phenomenal catch. Rosie Akot, and the penalty has been drawn. It's all for null. Toledo will have the ball once again.
No, it was great hustle by Long Beach right there, especially by Akot to be able to dive and steal that pass, unfortunately leading to a travel. Toledo back with the ball.
Now we see Alicia Dijkstra trying to go for 3, and it's good. Actually, that wasn't Alicia Dijkstra. That was Ella Weaver scoring 3. Reynoso now has the ball for the Beach. Reynoso tries to find Jones-Brown. She does, but Jones-Brown under immense pressure. And a turnover has been forced. Excuse me, no, a penalty has been forced instead. It's a foul against the Toledo team, which is what you want to see if you're Long Beach. There's 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock, so not much time left out, but a personal foul on Ella Weaver will give Long Beach State a free throw or 2.
Yeah, it's going to be Jones-Brown here, who is shooting 83% from the free throw line going into this game, and she already notches one right there.
Indeed, she knocks the first one out of the park. The second one will also be a success with a little bit of a dribble going on within the basket. 64-40 with 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock as Toledo look to ice this game up. Hocevar to Ella Weaver. Weaver back to Hocevar. Hocevar to Candace Dijkstra. Dijkstra back over to Puat. And that's going to be a foul for sure, as we saw some contact between Christy Reynoso and Alexa Hocevar.
Yeah, it looked like she just didn't want her to get the inside, get an easy look for the 2 there. It was definitely great defense by Reynoso there. Unfortunately, a little too much contact, lead to Toledo inbounding this ball.
Personal foul on Christy Reynoso as Candace Dijkstra takes the ball and immediately forces a turnover as Kenan Call on standby for a substitution. Jones-Brown looking for her teammate. She finds Kylie Pepe. Pepe trying to find as Haley Wright signals to her. Pass it to Reynoso. Instead, she's going to go for it within the paint. Passes it to Haley Wright for 3. It is no good. Haley Wright and a miss from Christy Reynoso. Rosie Akot tried to pass the ball to Reynoso and missed it. So, and speaking of Akot, she will be subbed out. Kenan Call back into the court.
Got to respect the hustle from Akot there in the last few minutes of this quarter. Be able to race around these Toledo players and get the rebounds and give Long Beach another look like they have right now.
Haley Wright to Jones-Brown as there's 1 minute left on the clock. Jones-Brown to Ka. Ka passes it to Reynoso. Reynoso under pressure from Alicia Dijkstra. The shot clock under 5 seconds left as Reynoso tries to go for 3. It's no good. Kenan Call forces the rebound, and instead it will go outside of bounds.
Wow.
Alicia Dijkstra with the force right there.
Yeah, definitely an interesting call there. It seemed like it went off a call on that last possession out of bounds, but hey, we'll take it. Long Beach gets the ball back. Hopefully get another opportunity here, notch some points.
No, Jones Brown to Ka. Ka to Kylie Pepe, who will score 2 points within the paint. 64-42 as Alicia Dijkstra now has the ball. Dijkstra to Alexa Hosevar. Hosevar to Puat. Puat back to Candace Dijkstra. Dijkstra trying to find, at this point, Alicia Dijkstra does not score the 2 points as the shot clock is turned off. 20.9 seconds left on the game clock.
Looks like we possibly have an over-the-back foul there. I think it's going to be Long Beach's shot on the other end of the court.
And indeed it will be, as we're starting to see all these Long Beach State players just huddle up, excuse me. Indeed it will be some free throws, and Kylie Pepe will be the one to take them. As Toledo looks to ice this game with 21 seconds left. Kylie Pepe, the first free throw is taken, and it's no good as it hits the bottom left corner of the bucket. Pepe with the second shot. And that one will be good. The new score, 64-43, as Alicia Dijkstra will now just dribble the ball and try to run this clock dry. 15 seconds left. As this Toledo crowd starts to applaud, they know they're starting to rise to their feet. With just 5 seconds left, the ball is dribbled oh so patiently by Alicia Dijkstra. The clock hits 0, and that's the game. That is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Toledo, the University of Toledo, will go home with the win over Long Beach State. 64-43 is the final score from the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid.
Yep, definitely a hard-fought battle for this Long Beach State team, and it ended up leading to a loss here tonight with Faith Fed Robinson and Miriam Diala leading the way in their point totals with 12 each on the night. But a positive outlook for Jacoya Jones-Brown as she was able to notch 21 points today, shooting 7 for 11 from the field, and was able to get some free throws late in the game. Unfortunately, going into it, looking into the final stat line for this Long Beach State team is they shot just under 30%, and that ended up leading to the final score here tonight, especially with the rebound deficit that they faced, where Toledo out-rebounded them 37-26. But Long Beach State did win the turnover battle, 19-17. But, with 17 turnovers, you kind of hope that maybe going forward that will not be the case, and that we'll be able to limit some of those and be able to create more opportunities on the outside. They battled very hard, and they